Kimaya S and I have a GRE score of 321 with 167 in quant and 154 in verbal. And I'm a third year BTech student of NIT Trichy. Currently, I'm doing my BTech in the Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering, and I'm in my 6th semester right now. So this was in my 4th semester, that is in my 2nd year in college. We had CareerLabs visiting our college for a seminar, and I attended that seminar. So this was where I basically got a bird's view of GRE, of GMAT, like of basically all competitive exams which one will have to give if one is planning to go abroad for hires. And the reason why I chose CareerLabs was, first thing is Byju's did have a very good brand name, but I wasn't aware at the beginning that they were into GRE as well as GMAT preparation. And with that seminar is what I got to know that Byju's is in this field as well. And one of my friends was already pursuing her GRE preparation with Byju's, and she was very happy. So I had already a very good name of Byju's, and when I got the opportunity of associating with Byju's for my GRE preparation, there could be nothing best than that. So Alan sir was one of the members who had come for to our college for the seminar, and we during the seminar, the second day of the seminar, we also had a CV reviewing session, and I attended that, and that's where Alan sir was the one who was actually looking at my CV, and he gave me little corrections in the CV. So that's when I decided that okay, I have, and he also gave me a good idea about both the exams of about what I have to do, what are the possibilities to do in future. And that's when I got associated with Byju's, and Alan sir has been very good mentor, because every single time I had a doubt during my GRE preparation regarding anything, be it the way I have to prepare, be it the strategies which I may have to follow, or at times even I used to face some difficulties in certain topics in verbal or certain topics in quant. So it was as easy as just dropping a text to him, and he used to immediately reply with a solution. So that was one of the communication between us was really very good, very transparent, and his guidance and his support was tremendous. Even during when I had to pay for my GRE examination, I wasn't able to proceed with the payment as well. There was some technical glitch in the site. So again, the same thing, I contacted him, and within the next 24 hours, he gave me a solution, and I was done with it. So over the entire period, he has been very supportive of the entire process. One of the most important reasons also why I chose Byju's was because they were offering this online course, and I was very attracted by the idea of everything being on one single tab, and that idea was what actually caught me. So this tab is a very descriptive module of the entire syllabus. It has all the modules properly planned in a very strategic manner. The entire syllabus is covered in it, and it's a very comprehensive way in which the entire syllabus is designed on the tab, be it the lectures which are put up on the tab, or be it the practice questions which are there in both in quant as well as in the verbal section, and also the other tests which are included in the tab. So that gave me a really good practice. So I used to always look at the videos or the lectures first, and then do the practice questions, and finally go to the test module. So that was a very good timeline for me to follow. And also especially in verbal, for reading comprehension section, that was one part which was very helpful to me, because I did face certain problems in reading comprehension at the beginning, but as I started watching those lectures and started gaining those insights into how to solve in the most appropriate manner, I started developing certain tricks which were told, and I started practicing those in the subsequent practice questions which came about, and in the tests which were offered. So I really loved the tab module which was given to us. And also in quant, I would like to mention that the lectures had this certain short tricks after, even in the practice questions, the solution of the practice questions had certain short tricks. So if I have a particular way of solving a question, and if my way is slightly different from the way it is actually solved, or our mentor has solved it on the tab, tab, then it used to give good insights into what are the different ways, give different perspectives of what are the different ways in which a particular question can be solved. So that was what I really enjoyed. And again, the convenience of watching the lectures anytime, anywhere you wanted. So this was what I was looking for, especially because when you're already doing a particular course like BTech, and when your college life slightly gets hectic, you can't have this feasibility or the freedom of attending classes somewhere else. So this tab was one thing which was very helpful throughout the entire preparation, giving me the convenience of watching those lectures, practicing, and going ahead with my GRE preparation as and when I wanted. So regarding the live webinars, I attended the webinars in the month of April and May. That was during the peak lockdown period. And the way it was different from the tab was that the tab did have pre-recorded lectures, but then the one thing which I couldn't get addressed in the tab module was my doubts being cleared at that moment. So this was one very big advantage which was offered during the live webinar sessions which we attended. One thing is, definitely we could get our doubts clarified then and there, be it during the theory class which was going on in the afternoon, or during the practice questions class which was scheduled for the evening. So that was one very big advantage, and the faculties were also very, very supportive and very approachable rather. Like, you could just ask any doubt and you should not judge you based on what kind of doubt you're asking. So they'll just immediately tell us the answer of how to go about that question, and if at all we are making any mistake, even that used to be addressed. So especially during the practice questions, if at all our answers are not matching with the answer key, and we tell our particular procedure of solving, so used to be very approachable, and he used to very in a very patient and very calm manner, he used to tell, okay, this is where you've made a mistake. So I used to be able to rectify the mistakes then and there. And never did I have, like, the atmosphere during the live webinar was always such that not only me but the other students who were with me also, nobody had a problem in asking doubts. Nobody was shy of asking doubts, because everybody knew that this is the place where the doubts are going to get cleared, and be it the students or be it the faculty, nobody is going to basically judge you on what kind of doubts you are asking in class. And though the class was like for 2 hours or 2.5 hours, at times our class also used to get extended just because of the doubt sessions we used to have. So never the faculties actually stopped us in between for asking doubts, like, okay, the time is up, you cannot ask doubts now. Always our doubts will be the first priority for them. We also had test prep having regular follow-up calls with us during our GRE preparation, and that was one very good check on our preparation, because when you have certain advantages of convenience being offered to you, at times we tend to slack off in our preparation, given the fact that you can actually use the tab anywhere, anytime you want. You want to do the preparation now, you do it now. You want to do it like 2 days later, you do it. But then, because of the follow-up calls, we had a good timeline to follow to, and a deadline to which to look forward to. So though I could postpone or just with 2 or 3 days, I still had the goal fixed at a particular date that, okay, this is when I have to give my GRE, and this is when someone is going to call me to ask how is my GRE preparation going on, how much % of my GRE preparation I'm already done with. Because the course is ideally designed to be completed in 3 months, we should, though we are having the convenience of using the tab and of attending live webinars or even watching the recordings for that matter, but we still have to understand that we shouldn't misuse the fact of that convenience which is being offered to us. And so we have to stick to that deadline which has been proposed by the entire team, because things are good to be done on time, and that was one fact which the test prep team did ensure to the complete best, to the best of their abilities. We had monthly calls being scheduled, and they also used to ask us about, if it's just not about the level of preparation, but also about if I'm facing any problems in any of the preparation modules, whether if I'm having any problems in quant, or I'm having any problems in verbal, or had I missed any classes for live webinars. So they also used to give us those recordings. And there was one very big advantage and good part of test prep was that they were very, very prompt in giving us the reply. So whenever I used to miss a live webinar, I used to just drop a mail to them asking for its recording, or if I wanted some extra material for practicing, I should just drop a mail to them, and within the next 24 hours I am assured that I am going to get a reply from them and a solution from them, not just an acknowledgement reply but a solution as well. So that was one very good part of test prep in my preparation as well, in giving me a timeline and a deadline to stick to. So my advice to my fellow mates who would be appearing for GRE or who are GRE aspirants would be, GRE preparation is not very difficult and it can be easily done during the course of your graduation, during the course of your graduation as well, because with meticulous planning and by just following the designed template which is already made for you, we don't actually have to plan anything. We just have to stick to the deadlines which are given by test prep or which are given by CareerLabs, and everything will just fall in its place. So it doesn't actually require a lot of time as well to put into, maybe half an hour every day for your vocabulary on Membean software, and half an hour for quant, because generally, especially if you're BTech students, quant section doesn't take a lot of time because it's just the maths which you've already done till class 10. So the more focus has to be on the verbal section. At least that was for my case. I had to focus more on verbal. So I used to sit every day 1 hour, and I used to spend on Membean software. And remaining half an hour I used to do quant, but that used to be mostly on an alternative basis. So I would say not more than 1 hour is required every day if you're very regular and consistent with the preparation. And there is also one thing that we need to ensure that whatever is given to us as a part of the tab gets completed before we go and appear for the examination. All the lectures, all the practice questions, or all the tests which are there in the tab, at least we have to ensure that before solving any other book for further preparation, it's always good to be completed or be thorough with the tab which is already being given to you, because that is itself self-sufficient. So after the tab is done, before we go for the GRE test, Byju's will also give you this 5 mock test papers, and I did make a point to solve all the 5 mock test papers before I appeared for my original GRE exam. And after those 5 mock test papers, I also had 2 official mock tests which was given by ETS itself. So 7 mock test papers and a thorough study of the tab. And if anyone still wants extra preparation for a really good score, then you can also have the official GRE book which is given by ETS. So one can also solve that. But what I feel is instead of doing everything at the last moment and just procrastinating things, it's good to have a good plan, and it's good to be consistent. 1 hour, 1.5 hours is something which everyone can give at this point, and otherwise the preparation is simple. But once you start delaying things, then doing 1500 words is very difficult at the end. So once you have this limit, okay, that I'm going to do 10-15 words or 20 words for a day, that's always a good way. And this Membean software was a very good software, very helpful in fact, because it just did not give us the words and its meanings, but also the way to apply it, what is actually expected out of us during the GRE examination. So that was one very good advantage of using that software for improving the vocabulary. So I would just say everyone, please be consistent with the preparation. The preparation isn't very difficult. 3 months is a good time to complete your GRE preparation. After 3 months, you can just give those 5 mock tests on a weekly basis, and you can just sit for your GRE, and you'll all pass with flying colors.